Hey my dear old buddies. This is definitely the best meal Bear has ever had. Such loyalty and appetite. Not only did he use traps to catch a caiman weighing dozens of kilograms, he also got to enjoy fragrant grilled crocodile meat. Besides that, there's fresh, juicy wild pork ribs, spicy and tasty chili fish, and even earth dragon sashimi to boost stamina. After eating and drinking his fill, he tops it off with a sweet and tangy mango pomelo dessert. What's supposed to be a survival show has once again turned into a wilderness vacation. In northern South America, within Colombia, vast grasslands are home to many wild animals. This time, Bear decided to take on the challenge here. He took a hand-paddled canoe used by locals, then switched to a four-wheeler to reach the starting point. On the way, he couldn't wait to take off his shirt and get in the zone. Covered in sweat and mud, he reached the challenge point. He said the feeling of facing the unknown, with adrenaline rushing through his veins, is just like the old days. As always, no gear whatsoever. Only a backpack with filming equipment and emergency supplies. No water, no food, not even any hair care to make a better survival plan. Bear decided to head for higher ground to scout the terrain. Once he had a plan, he set off with his backpack. After just a few steps, a creature appeared in front of him. If it were the old days, Bear would have caught it right away for food. But seeing it was a 1-meter-long rattlesnake, he mercifully decided to let it go this time. With only an hour before sunset, he hurried to find a suitable camping spot. Carrying a heavy pack, he climbed a hill over 10 meters high. Without resting, Bear used his drone to quickly survey the surroundings. From a distance, he spotted a forest ahead. Surely a place full of resources. But it was getting dark already. It's too late to head there now. He has no choice but to camp on the mountaintop for the night. His mouth is dry, and just as he's worrying about Bear's luck mode suddenly activates, he finds a wild cactus growing nearby. With no cutting tools, he splits it open using a rock. Inside, the flesh is white and tender. He takes a small bite, chewy, and tastes just like cucumber. It's packed with carbs dozens of times more than beef. By the time he finishes eating, the sky darkens. Without building a shelter, he lies down with the sky as his roof and the ground as his bed. When morning comes, Bear heads toward the oasis below. But just as he descends, he spots some wild sugarcane. It gives him a quick sugar boost. Now, he must pick up the pace. A mountain fire had broken out here days ago. The blaze had burned for 3 days and nights non-stop. If he doesn't move faster, he could be consumed by the flames. Luckily, his quick actions get him safely to a dense forest. The forest acts like a natural firewall, blocking the wildfire outside. Just as he expected, there's a river flowing through the forest. Bear rushes down and gulps the water with both hands. Filtering or boiling, not for him. He prefers the full wilderness experience. After quenching his thirst, he lies on his backpack and floats downstream. This way is not only faster but also saves energy. Watching Bear in the wild, even the editor feels envious. Not because of the adventure, but because of the peace. Unlike me, the editor, my noisy neighbors ruin my rest, and my video editing efficiency drops. So, I decided to find a new place to live. Fortunately, a friend told me that renting through 58.com is super efficient. You can rent directly from landlords with free maintenance and even free cleaning service when you branded apartments. Whether full rentals or shared ones, all listings are real. You can even view them by video. See the actual rooms, not fake photos. Everything made simple. 58.com the best choice. On his way, he spots a leafless donkey tree near the shore. Its fruits look quite delicious. Bear climbs ashore to grab a few as appetizers. The green pulp alone tells him its vitamins must far exceed beef. He takes a bite, not bad, not great either. After eating, he collects more to pack up and take away. To enjoy later, slowly. After soaking in the river for over 4 hours, reason kicks in. It's time to think about setting up camp. Standing by the shore, he spots wild carp in the water. He plans to build a fish trap with a narrow exit and wide entrance. Once greedy fish swim in, there's no getting out. He gathers branches and sticks them into the ground, then weaves them together using vines. Bear's old craftsmanship returns to work. Hours tick by, 6 in total, and he's only halfway done. He can't help but sigh, his skills are a bit rusty. Seeing the sun getting low, he gives up on building a proper hut. Instead, he gathers piles of dry branches and thorns. He builds a spiky natural barrier. At least it'll keep large predators at bay. Hungry again, he munches on the wild fruits he packed earlier. Before long, it's already day 3. First thing in the morning, Bear finishes the rest of his fish trap. Too lazy to find bait, he uses a bone from the donkey tree fruit. He thought it tasted great himself. Surely the fish would too. And sure enough, not long after he sets the trap, fish begin to gather round. Now it's time to see if it pays off. After a few dozen minutes, Bear hurries over to check. But to his surprise, not a single fish, not even a scale inside. He figures the entrance gap was too wide, letting the fish escape. So, he added a few wild grasses on top. After placing it underwater, he waited another hour and a half. When he pulled it up again, it was still completely empty. At this point, he started doubting his life choices. He began to lose confidence in the resources here. Thinking back, he realized maybe he shouldn't have chosen this place. He should have gone to the right side of the rocky hills, where the forest is much denser and richer for survival. Luckily, it wasn't too late yet. He decided to wait until the scorching noon sun faded, then take all his gear and head back to the grasslands. He started moving toward the other forest. He kept walking until night began to fall. Exhausted and starving, he finally activated his passive hunger skill. As night slowly fell, Dee had already reached the edge of the jungle. He decided to sleep directly on the grass for the night. The next morning, he got up early and entered the jungle to explore. No sooner had he entered than he heard the sound of running water. Hearing that long-lost sound, Dee couldn't help but let out his signature laugh. As he got closer, good grief, it was exactly what he'd been dreaming of: water. A few gulps instantly quenched his thirst. He also took the chance to set his fish trap in the stream. Learning from yesterday's failure, Dee searched the grass for termites to use as bait. He stuffed a big chunk into the trap. No fish can resist the temptation of pure protein, he thought. Now, all that's left was to wait. While searching for a campsite, Dee stumbled upon an unknown nut. He warned, "You can't just eat this thing carelessly. Otherwise, it could cause permanent hair loss." But Dee wasn't worried at all. That's clearly not his problem. Judging from its shape, it would make a great bowl instead. After that, he returned to check the fish trap. And sure enough, the new bait worked perfectly. He pulled it up, and there were plenty of fish inside. He counted exactly 4 of them. Though not very big, they were still fresh protein. Dee couldn't wait. He started enjoying sashimi right away. First, he used a few small fish to fill his stomach, then quickly lit up some fireflies. Dee pulled out his belt, planning to make a hand drill using a stick. He had drilled wood to make fire thousands of times before, and in just a few minutes, sparks appeared. To reduce the risk of accidental fire, he decided to make a small platform to hold the fire on top. Dee also found a few large palm leaves. He spread mud from the river onto the leaves, then stacked piles of stones. Placed the mud-covered leaves on top. Done. Using the leaves as a tray, he transferred the fire to the high platform. During this time, the trap caught 3 more fish. Now, he had 6 fish for lunch. Without wasting time, he skewered them all and roasted them over the fire. In no time, they were ready. He began enjoying a nutritious meal. So hungry, he ate the fish along with the line. Nothing was wasted. Feeling the calories pouring into his body made him feel at peak strength again. Just like that, he finally had a full meal before dark. Time quickly moved to the 5th day. Dee took out the unknown wild nuts he found yesterday and cracked them open with a stone to get the culprit that causes hair loss. Although Dee didn't worry much about his hair, eating too many still carried a risk of poisoning. So, he planned to use the shells as small bowls. As for the residue inside, he burned it over the fire, cleaned it and used it as a container, perfect to survive here long term. Relying on baby fish alone wasn't enough. While searching for food around, oh my god, he found a cashew on the ground. Looking up, well, luck opened the door for him. Extremely fortunate. Extremely lucky. He picked one and took a big bite. Juices exploded in his mouth. The rich juice flowed like turning on a tap. Truly as much enjoyment as he could wish for. Then he packed a dozen to take back to camp. Roasted them over the fire. This helps break down the toxins inside the cashews. Probably because he didn't eat enough in the morning. Not long after, Dee started digging around again. Soon, he found an earthworm over 10 centimeters long. This is actually a great source of protein. But he had never seen one this thick before. He stuffed it into his mouth at once. Crispy texture, a bit hard to chew. Also had a strong earthy, fishy smell. Advice: don't try this at home. Just finished, he turned back to camp to taste roasted cashew. Cracking it open, it looked so tempting. Appetite fully awake, took a piece. For better than that damn worm sashimi. Previously, he had been sleeping on the ground. Next, Dee wanted to make a bed. Upgrade his simple survival to comfort mode. First, plan position and style. Using 3 trees by the river as supports. Make a triangular bed between them. Plan set, now execute. To improve building efficiency, he used stones and sticks to make a tool. Targeting the trees with precision, hitting hard. Decades of growth. Felled in less than 5 minutes by the survival expert. Built a triangular frame around the saplings. Arranged branches neatly as the bed surface. For softness, covered with a layer of green-brown leaves. By the time he finished, it was dark. Lying down on line, wow. Comfort radiated through his body from inside out. Finally, he could get a good night's sleep. But at midnight, Dee was awakened by a loud explosion. Sound came from about 10 meters away. If correct, it must be a large predator. This kept him fully awake. Until the next morning. Breakfast first, a bowl of roasted cashews to calm nerves. Not satisfied yet. Squeeze some fresh cashew juice as wild soy milk. After eating and drinking, went to camp. Set up camera traps around. To check who the big guy was last night. Ever since changing bait, the fishing tower provided a stable food source every day. But the fish were too small. Couldn't meet Dee's energy needs. He needed more protein. But the forest was huge. Would take a long time to explore. So, Dee had no choice. He deployed his ultimate drone tech to explore known areas. Soon found a swamp downstream. Judging by the environment, resources there should be abundant. On the way back, he also picked up many unknown wild fruits. Tasted similar to figs. The sugar inside was enough to last until tomorrow. By the 7th day, he woke up groggy to check the cameras. Opening them instantly woke him up. A puma appeared on the footage. Good news, they don't usually attack humans. Then another puma flashed by. Usually active at night. Probably temporarily disturbed by the fire. Even without threat, Dee didn't dare relax. To make it worthwhile, Dee carried his filming gear. Went to the nearby river to look for prey. As the river widened, he increased his alertness. Soon spotted a cattail snake turtle on the shore. Camouflaged like a dead branch. Hard to notice if not paying attention. And fortunately, they are protected in Colombia. Dee had to release it. A few steps later, he found something good. A wild caiman was lying in the water. Dee almost drooled. But he didn't want to jump in for a direct fight. Then noticed something on the shore. That caught his attention. Suddenly, Dee had a brilliant idea. Decided to set a trap here, to catch the crocodile. His plan was to make a snare trap. Once the unlucky one falls in, it would instantly be suspended in midair. To improve success rate, Dee even used branches to set up obstacles along the crocodile's path. This way, the crocodile could only follow the route he designed. He tested it with his hand. It worked perfectly. His laughter showed he was pleased with his creation. Back at camp, Aristotle once again spoke to the camera about life. Day 8 arrived. Dee couldn't wait to check the trap. To see if it worked, vacation mode was at stake. Arriving at the spot, he could see from afar that the prey was caught. Cautiously approached. Pinned it to the ground. Sharp stick pressed against its head. Piercing clean through. Heart racing. Shaking hands, pretending calm was impossible. Happily carried the crocodile meat back to camp. Skin to tough, had to use an axe. In just half an hour, successfully cut into pieces. The most delicious part, the tail. That slab of white meat, anyone would be amazed. All placed over the coals to roast. After a week of work, finally some proper food. When the outside was crispy and inside tender, he was already starving. Filling his mouth with meat was pure bliss. White, juicy meat. Dee even showed it carefully to the camera. At that moment, he felt like this was paradise. Crocodile meat tasted like a mix of fish and insect meat. Texture delicate, aroma overflowing. So delicious, he was lost interest in the fish. 7/10 full, sweet enough. Mix figs and nuts thoroughly. Nate pudding as dessert. Add a glass of 82 beer. Life feels just like a vacation. Afterwards, still talk to the camera about life lessons. For me, I think the definition of being a man today is: sure, you can beat your chest and prove your turf by walking the length of the Amazon. But it's the ability to be vulnerable. Isn't it? It's the ability to be honest. The ability to bare your soul. And talk about things that the old version of man wouldn't have discussed. I'm glad. We can talk about our vulnerabilities. I'm glad. We can seek help from others. Check in with each other. And make sure we're all okay. Because that's what life is about, isn't it? It's not about beating the other person. It's making sure the other person's okay. I guess I'm just getting older. Seems Dee still couldn't resist the passage of time. Soon it was day 10. Today was Dee's day to go home. Woke up early and went to the river. First, secured the wild stray dog. Cleaned it and saw its shiny bald head. Packed his bags and went to the agreed spot. Got on the cruise transport to $5 stakes with shipping. Thus, the Colombia trip ended successfully.